Rick, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for talking to me again. It's a pleasure.
Oh, always a pleasure. No problem.
And your new book, here it is, Daughter of the Deep. When I was 12, I saw Disney's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and I became a Jules Verne fanatic. I read everything he wrote, but they were really challenging for a seventh grader, I'll tell you that. And
Oh, yeah.
and my mom, she let me stay home from middle school one weekend, one weekday, showing Mysterious Island on one afternoon. This was 1978, so there was no VCRs yet. And also, I loved the illustrated comics as well when I was a kid. So, you know, tackling science fiction with Daughters of the Deep, influenced by Jules Verne, no doubt.
Yes, absolutely. I was right there with you with the 20,000 Leagues movie, the illustrated comics, Mysterious Island. Yeah, yeah, same stuff. And that's what got me into Jules Verne. But as you say, yes, they're very challenging. They were challenging back when I was a kid, and they're still challenging even more so today. So I always wanted to do something with the Jules Verne story, and Daughter of the Deep is my tribute to Verne. It's my way of kind of giving that sci-fi universe the Percy Jackson treatment, and that it brings humor, it brings modernity into the story, and hopefully gets kids today interested in what Verne was doing so long ago.
And your character, Anna Dakar, she's an Indian teenage girl. This is the first solo female protagonist for you, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes. I've had lots of female protagonists in the books, but not like this, not front and center, carrying the whole story. It's something that readers have been telling me I needed to do, as a mistake I needed to correct. And of course, they're right. So it was overdue. And I hope they enjoy our new hero, Anna Dakar. She is so much fun. She's the descendant of Captain Nemo and the only one that can unlock his tech, which is still decades ahead of anything we have today.
And sometimes you do standalone series or a long version series. What is your plans for Daughter of the Deep?
Right now, Daughter of the Deep is meant to stand by itself. I wanted to have a one course meal for young readers because it can be daunting if they're just coming into finding my books. They are thinking, do I have to read all 15 books in the Percy Jackson series to understand this one? And the answer is no, you don't. You can start with Daughter of the Deep. It stands all by itself.
And Rick Riordan presents continued success with that series. The Cursed Carnival is next on my reading list. And you have lots of plans for that, don't you?
Oh, it's just the imprint has been incredible. It's succeeded beyond my wildest dreams. And that's because of all the talented writers that are telling these stories. Really, it started with my own readers asking me if I wanted to write about, I don't know, Chinese mythology or West African mythology. And I just didn't feel I was the right person. I thought, well, certainly there are people out there who grew up with these mythologies the way I grew up with Greek mythology, who would be better suited to tell these stories. And sure enough, the writers we're working with are fabulous. And we have all kinds of new stuff coming out. Daniel Jose Older is doing our first young adult, sort of an older, if you will, book for older readers, and it's fantastic. It's based on sort of Caribbean folklore, and it's just an incredible book, and many more in the pipeline. Yes.
And recently you announced the next Percy Jackson book and the next in the series. I mean, fans' reaction?
Yes. Oh, Over the Moon. This is another standalone. It is set in Percy's world, but it features Nico D'Angelo, the son of Hades, who is one of the fans' favorites. And this is the first time I've ever sort of invited another writer into Percy Jackson's world. Marco Shiro is going to be my equal co-writer on this, and he is just doing a fabulous job with it. It's really interesting to work with someone else to reimagine a character that I've written about before. So yes, that's coming out in 23, and that'll be a lot of fun.
And any updates for Percy Jackson series from Netflix? Is that putting along pretty good?
Well, the Percy Jackson it'll be a live action series that's actually going to be on Disney
It's
Plus.
on Disney Plus. Okay.
We are, yeah, it's going very well. Now we are still early days in the production of it. We haven't gotten an official green light yet, but we are anticipating that shortly. If all goes well, we will begin filming next summer, which means fans could look for it on Disney Plus in probably 2023.
And
So stay tuned.
Daughter of the Deep too, right? On Disney Plus. There's a talk
Daughter
about
of the
that.
Deep will be, that's right, that will be a feature film for Disney Plus. I'll be writing the script for that with a co-writer, Aditi Brennan Kapil, and we will be producing it, my wife and I, through our production company. So it's exciting times. Yeah, lots going on.
Mytho Magic, is that? I love the name.
Yes, and right out of the card game from the Percy Jackson series, we called ourselves Mytho Magic.
And the Kane Chronicles, that's what was rumored to be heading to Netflix, correct?
Yes, that's right. We are working on that right now, trying to get the script revised for the Red Pyramid feature film, which will be a Netflix project. So that's going well. It's chugging along, and I'm not sure when that will move out of the writing into the production phase, but fingers crossed.
Rick, do you have a clone? I mean, when do you find time for all this? It's a great time to be Rick Riordan, isn't it? Because I'm exhausted just hearing everything.
There's a lot going on. It's true, but I love my job. It's a lot of fun to tell stories, and it's really been an interesting deep dive into the TV film sphere, which is something I really didn't understand from the inside before the last couple of years when we started engaging. And it's like learning a new language for me, which is also something I enjoy doing. So it's a challenge, yes, but it's a challenge I love.
Well, it's a pleasure speaking to you. Daughter of the Deep, now on sale. Go pick it up. I've just started it, so I'm excited to see where the story goes. Rick, thanks so much. Always a pleasure talking to you, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks, Jeff.